independent hoe, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy, and on that keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a reflexive, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made, not a title, cause it's my identity, and wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in the symphony. They keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency, and ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.
Cut it, run it. What's good, YouTube world? How's everybody living on this Monday? I know the Monday blues. How it go? I understand, but it's always different when you got some sports in y'all life. You already know it's the one man, 4,000 flavor of DFW sports, man. The super fan from the DFW land, representing the best way that I can, man. It's been an eventful last week. We've been trying to give y'all content coming here nonstop. Coming from the DFW area, man. Just got through watching the Dallas Wings as they suffered their second loss. Getting ready to talk a little bit about that. We got the Western Conference Finals rematch between the Stars and the Oilers getting down Wednesday, starting down in the AAC. Texas Rangers get ready to take this show on the road as they had an off day. They get ready to take on the Yankees. Talk a little bit about their strengths that they got going for them right now. And then as their series go for the Yankees on the road, going to be another big series that they need because they're basically handling behind. And then you got the Dallas Cowboys OTAs begin today. The man, Calvin Watkins, he gave, good couple of pieces about what he sees that's the potential, fits, plugs, and plays and replacements that's going down that you'll probably see in the OTAs for 2025. So for everybody who's new or has always been here, hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new. You know what I'm saying? We do this all the time. And if you're on X, formerly known as Twitter, follow me at Drewski Selfmade. Get a lot of things popping around for some Dallas Fort Worth sports. So, like I said, talking about it as they are replaying it on KFAA Channel 29. If you don't have the antenna, get you an antenna, man. It don't cost that much. But, I was watching all the Mavericks games on the antenna, basically, on the local channel. And now you get to do it with the Wings now. All their games will be on Channel 29 WFAA. So it shouldn't be no excuse that the city don't get a chance to say that they haven't watched the Wings. It's hard for them to watch the Wings. No. It's not that excuse no more, y'all. The same way y'all was able to watch the Mavericks, y'all can be able to watch the Dallas Wings. That's straight up. Now, they did take their second L of the season in a game that they played a little bit tough. Better in, I should say, really what really killed these girls were really in the second quarter. They couldn't find no offensive rhythm. Defensively, that was probably one of their worst defensive quarters I've ever seen in the second period, giving up 31 points, and you only put up 15 in the second period. That ain't gonna cut it for you. That is not gonna cut it for you if you're trying to do anything. Also, Arike Ogunbowale, she struggled today. It looked like, her sharing the spotlight with Paige Beckers is just something that's going to be an adjustment period for her. But Paige Becker, she got out there and she balled. Now, this was my first game. I actually got to sit and put eyes on her to see how she worked, what she working with, what she got. I will say the shocking thing, like I said, I hadn't paid attention to much of the WNBA. I mean, not WNBA, women's college basketball other than TCU and SMU. You know what I'm saying? I was paying attention to the local teams more than anything, but I didn't know Paige was like, the size that she was. But, bro, she can handle the rock. She got quick step, and her court vision, she can throw that thing from anywhere. Like, she was making long, full court passes, getting steals. You know what? Her game is, I swear, if I was like a child, it kind of remind me of how Jason Kidd was when he was a young Jason Kidd. Like, the spring in his legs, the vision, just the craftiness to get the pass. bruh, she got all that to her, but she can shoot too. Nah, she can shoot. She can shoot. But the second quarter really did the Wings in, as basically they were down by 17. They were down by 17, but here comes the third quarter, and this is where I like what I saw from the Dallas Wings, where it got kind of stagnant. It got a little bit stagnant for about half of the third period. I mean, in the beginning, the Wings came out and got them a good couple of buckets, but then it got stagnant for a period on both sides. Both teams couldn't hit shots, but then all of a sudden, the Wings go on an 11-0 run, basically chop it down from 17 all the way to 3. But that was about the closest that they got back. Like I said, they were able to take the lead, but then after that, Seattle regained their strength. And, to see former Dallas Wings, Skylar Diggins, coming back down there, and she went off too. She went off. She did her thing. I can't get too much mad at her. Still got love for her, but she had 21 this game. But Arike Ogunbowale, she really struggled tonight. She missed free throws. Her shots wasn't falling. Her shot selection looked like it started to get forced. She kind of made a little bit of bad, just inefficient decisions going down the stretch where they had their chance to possibly, tie this game or try to steal it at the end. But it just went out for them. But Paige Becker, she's going to be nice. In her second game, you could tell that the game seemed like it's starting to slow down to her a little bit. Maybe game one against Minnesota, her first game, all the hype and everything, game kind of goes pretty fast for you. But this game today, it looked like it slowed down for her. She had an efficient night, like real talk. 19-5. I thought she had 19-6 and 8. I believe that was 19-6 and 8. They say 19-5 and 8. She was 7 of 14 from the field. 4 or 5 from the free throw line. Nah, she did work. She did work. You just got to have Arike come to the party. But Maddie Surgis, of course, I'm glad that the Wings kept her around. She's like that glue person that she can hoop on top of that, but she's going full-fledged every time when she's out there, and I can respect it. They're going to get big things up out of her. I like to see Tierra McCown get a lot more look. Now she's coming up off the bench, but somehow, some way, the Wings got to use her size straight up. But like I said, it's the second loss, and like I said, the second quarter really doomed. It didn't give the Wings a good chance to do anything. But give props to them in the third quarter. They showed fight. They came back. They made their run. They made the game where it could be close enough. And in the fourth quarter, it was just a survival of the fittest right there. It just Wings just didn't have enough to overcome basically what was in that second period, and that basically lost them the game. Team stat wise, the Wings shot 37% from the field. They were 4 of 19 from behind the arc. They were 13 of 19 from free throws. And Arike Ogunbowale, how many she missed? She only missed 1 free throw, actually. But she was 2 of 14 from the field. Like, she struggled. And at times, it just looked like she was trying to force things. Wings were +6 on the boards. They got killed in the assist, though. But they had 14 turnovers to the Seattle Storm's 11. And they capitalized off that with 19 points off a turnover. So, man, give love to the WNBA. Give love to the women, man. They out there hooping. And I'm glad, bro, I'm just really glad that now they're on the local TV where he can always watch them. They'll be in action Wednesday. And we got a tight schedule Wednesday because Rangers will be in game 2 with the Yankees. You got game 1 of the Western Conference Finals of the NHL hockey series going down with the Stars in and the Oilers. And then you got the Wings playing who they got. They'll play the Minnesota Lynx again. This time it'll be on the road. So that's going to be a packed Wednesday. Real talk. Real packed Wednesday. But Paige Becker, she's going to be nice, y'all. She going to really be nice. I see a couple bubbles in the chat. What's going on? Daniel, what's good, man? Appreciate you tuning in one time. You got Daniel popping in, and then who else you got? Yeah, I got my man Danny up in there. He said went to the Lakers store. You know what happened? What happened to you? The jersey were incredibly expensive, $200 to $300. What the hell is happening, bruh? I mean, if Mr. Cowboy was here, he'll be able to tell you exactly what happened to me when I went and bought that Dirk Mitchell and Ness jersey. That boy was about $300. So, yeah. They robbing us, man. They robbing us. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. Bullshit. Man, Danny, appreciate you for tuning in, man. But I see, yeah, bro, them jerseys. You probably tried to get you a Michelin Ness jersey. Yes, that sounds about right, bro. That sounds about right. And you know what sucks? You try to get the team jerseys that don't got no player name or jersey number, or you know what I'm saying, anything like that. That boy's still about 175, 160. Damn, you gonna charge a boy a big box of grease? Big box of grease. But yeah, man, I just got through talking about the Dallas Wings, man. You know, WNBA season is in effect. So have that going on like that. You know, let's give the ladies some love. It sucks right now. They're just 0-2. But what I saw from Paige Beckers, I finally got to see and watch the whole game and see how she operate, man. Nah, bro. Look like she's starting to get used to seeing how the game speed is. And I look forward to watching her way much more often. And it just will be lovely to see Enrique, how they can establish something as that 1-2 punch, because they're going to need it. But I think it can be something beautiful. Enrique just got to, get the feel and rhythm. They both just got to feel each other out. Facts. There you go, Mr. Cowboy. What's good, bro? Appreciate you for tuning in. Hey, man, my man Danny in the chat said, here you go. He said he went to the Lakers store, and you know what happened? The jerseys was expensive, the $200 to $300. He was like, what the hell's going on? And I told him, bruh, Mr. Cowboy can attest for me, because I'm telling Danny, I'm like, you probably tried to get you a Mitchell and Ness jersey, right? Yeah, that boy about $270, $300. Because that's exactly what the Dirk Mitchell and Ness ran me. Straight up. Appreciate you tuning in, man. I got some WNBA in out the way, you know what I'm saying, talking about that. But look forward to their next game Wednesday. It'll be hard for me to watch it because we'll have to put a lot of things on a lot of different devices. So that's how we're going to have to ride. But looking for the Wings. They'll have their next matchup Wednesday, like I said, against the Minnesota Lynx on the road. Let's talk hockey time. Let's talk some Dallas Stars, as game 1 will be Wednesday in the AAC. This will be a rematch of last year's Western Conference Finals between the Stars and the Oilers, as last year the Stars fell in 6 to the Edmonton Oilers, as the Oilers ended up falling short against the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals. So y'all all know how that go. Of course, with the new additions that you got that's been added to the mix, to have, Mikael Grenlin, and you bring in Mikko Rantanen, the Stars have added extra more potential pop that they have, especially in their lineup, and you just give them more depth. You get depth all the way to the fourth line, and that is something that's big. And their fourth line gets better, if they go with that 12-man style. It goes better once you get Miro Heiskanen back in the fold and get him, him coming off injury and all that stuff. And like I said, you bring Tyler Seguin back in here. You got a lot of extra pieces to play with. Now it's just about the Stars. Look, the sense of urgency got to stay there. I think now their defense is to the point where, look, all the pressure don't have to be on the offense no more for y'all to get them explosive goals. That it's not the main thing we need to count on no more, because now you get some more extra players on the defensive side. That is helping a little bit much more. And as you saw in game 6 with the Stars, their defensive intensity was just much more better. They still got out hit, but they were paying attention just a little bit much more. And when all it is just helping Jake Oettinger out just a little bit, because that dude is the stud goalie, man. If you just can keep them clean enough, don't let dudes go wide open. Don't be giving away the puck and, sliding off in transition where they, it puts Jake Andre in a bad situation, they will be able to do something. I say they will be able to do something. It's about time that they do get over this hump and actually compete for the damn Stanley Cup pennant. It is really about time. And the team that's in their way is Edmonton, and they're not going to let it be easy. Newsflash, since we did knock out Winnipeg and Toronto ended up losing, the Stars have home ice throughout the remainder of the playoffs if they can just get 8 more wins. They will have home ice throughout the rest of the NHL playoffs if they continue to win. So, with that being said, you win this series, the Western Conference Finals, you'll have home ice advantage when it comes to the Stanley Cup Finals. So, 2 games this week in the AAC, starting Wednesday, game 1. I believe it's going to be 7 o'clock, and then Friday, it will be 7 o'clock as well. Y'all, look, if you're new to this channel, I've been saying plenty of times for the longest. If it wasn't for the Rangers winning it all in 2023, I've told you the Stars have their say as they have been the most consistent franchise in the DFW. It's damn sure for like the last 6 years. It's not even close. Since the start of 2020, they have been the most consistent. What you got? What you got? You did the same. Mr. Cowboy, Danny telling you, Mr. Cowboy telling you, Danny, I did the same thing. I spent that money. Lakers owner thought we were going to buy the jerseys, but I just took a picture of it. Who was you trying to get a Luka jersey, weren't you? You were trying to get a Luka jersey, weren't you? I ain't mad, bro. I ain't mad at you. Like I said, Mr. Cowboy can attest. I feel some type of way that I didn't get his jersey, but I can't go wrong when I get a Dirk jersey, especially a Mitchell and Ness jersey. So it is what it is, man. It's your money. However you spend it is how you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but looking at the Stars, man, look, this their prime opportune time. I need them to get it through because, bruh, they've been sitting at the doorstep here for a long time, bro. Real talk. I think the Oilers are the favorites to win I think they got better odds to win the Stanley Cup Finals right now. So I don't mind the Stars having this underdog role, but I think having Mikko Rantanen just gives this team just a little bit much more. And like I said, now that you got extra defense help, especially at the forward position and everything, now you got your chance where, okay, look, we might not have all the hits. We might not get 35 hits a game or something like that, but bro, we're going to stop you coming into our zone. You know what I'm saying? We're going to start making it way much more cleaner for Jake Oettinger because, look, if we can hold y'all to 1 or 2 goals, yeah, that's a wrap. That's a wrap because I feel we're going to get 2 goals. If we're on our game, we're going to get more than 2 goals. That's all it is. And can the Stars just make sure they maintain that hungriness? And I'm like, y'all got to be hungry now. With me saying that, can they be tired? But you done got added extra depth. Give Jim Neal and Pete DeBoer all the credit. Jim Neal, he pulled the trigger. Like I said, Logan Stankoven, I like him. And he's in the Eastern Conference Finals playing with the Carolina Hurricanes right now. But I still like that guy. You know what I'm saying? But to get Mikko Rantanen, I can't be too mad about it. Can't be too mad about it. Stars are still the favorite in game 1, just off game 1 home ice. You know what I'm saying? But these are times where the Stars sometimes lay a dud like that, where they will be heavily favored on the home ice. And it's just like their energy just don't be there. The crowd be there. The crowd be pumping it up. But the main thing, what it is how they come out the gate. It's just how they come out the gate. Not even if they don't give up a goal quickly. Like if they don't give up a goal in the first 7 minutes, but let's say they give up like 8+ shots on the goal or something like that. Let's say they're under siege like that, putting Jake Oettinger under siege early in the first period like that. That's where I start getting a little bit nervous with the Stars right there. But let's say it's about even shots on the goal, them going back and forth. It's just a great matchup. I'll take the Stars' chances because I'm going to take Jake Ottinger as the best goalie, basically, probably in the remainder of the NHL playoff postseason. He's probably your best goalie there. So I would take that. I still got the Stars getting their get back. I got them in 6. Just to start this off, I got them in 6. Yes, sir. The get back is for real, and we finally get over the hump and try to win the whole thing. Yes, sir. That's how I have it. I mean, in any of y'all that's in states that you're able to bet and do all that type of stuff, have fun, put your money on something. I'm actually speaking with my wallet and my heart, and they both align together and say Stars in 6. That's how I'm going. And everything is going to be fun. It's going to be fun Wednesday night. Look, I'm getting ready to set up the stream. Matter of fact, for Wednesday night, like I said, we'll check the Rangers and the Yankees game too. We'll check in on a little bit on the Wings and the Lynx, and then it'll be full attention. Game 1, Western Conference Finals between Stars and Oilers. So make sure y'all chime in. We'll do more post game. Maybe we'll try to. It just depends on how it goes. We might still have to start about 9:30ish. So just because the daughter's feeling a little ill, so I got to come home and help relieve the wife of some duties and stuff like that. So it'll probably be about around 9:30, and we'll just do post game recap about everything. I feel like that's probably better what he does at that type of range. But we dropped a couple more extra vlogs. It sucks that the 2 games I went to in the Silver Boot series, there was in Globe Life for the first time. It came out with some L's, but it had some action to it, though. It had some action to it. So, what else? Let's go. Let's jump into the Texas Rangers. Let's go ahead and talk some baseball talk. As the Rangers were off today, they needed it, and now it seems like they are out of that portion of the schedule where they playing so many games. Them boys played like 28 games and had like 2 days off. Like, man, that's crazy, MLB. What y'all doing to us like that? But now they get off their feet, get a little bit of rest, get ready to travel on to take on the New York Yankees. And now, you're just looking over everything that's going on with the Texas Rangers, and you're just looking at their strengths, especially coming off that Silver Boot series against the Houston Astros. This was, to be honest with you, I don't know if the lineups for both teams are that bad or struggling that bad, or if the starting pitching for both teams are that good. Because game 4, that game started moving fast as hell. Like, it literally I think it went like 3 straight innings damn near, where like Varmer Valdez and Jack Leiter, bro, they were like 4 pitch innings, like back to back to back. I mean, woo. Hate to see that, but the positive thing I'm taking away from the Rangers is their starting rotation. Their starting rotation can literally say they're about the best rotation in the MLB, because you go back and look at this, bro. I'm telling you, at Houston, Mr. Cowboy, I see you in the chat. Talking about some 2 rings. Anyway, you're about your 2 rings. Anyway, I'm just glad we ended up knocking y'all off the throne. But at the same time, y'all got lucky to split this series. Y'all really did, bro. If you didn't check out my post-game reaction live from Globe Life Field Friday night, I told you Bruce Bochy fucked that game. And not only, I didn't know he just fucked that game over, he fucked that series over, because they basically won the series right there. But then again, the same thing really happened in game 4, except he didn't make the decision. He let Jack Leiter pitch all the way into the 8th inning. And then here come Chris Martin off 1 pitch again. He just came back off of throwing 1 pitch and being hurt. Comes back in, throws 1 pitch and be hurt again. And now you got to turn it. it right when that happened, everything just went downhill from there. It really did. But you look at the Rangers started in those 4 games, bro. The Astros only got 2 runs. They really, the most hits they got off of the Rangers starter out of all people was Nathan Eovaldi. He still gave up a goose egg, but I think he still gave up like 5 or something hits like that. So that was the most hits they got. They just didn't score no runs. But DeGrom, they wasn't hitting nothing, not scoring nothing. Tyler Malley, they weren't hitting nothing, not scoring nothing. I think they got a run off of him early, but after that, it was a wrap. Jack Leiter, they got one off of him, but after that, they started getting hits, and they really didn't get nothing off of Jack Leiter. And that is the Rangers' strongest suit. It's their starting pitcher. Lux is, hey, like I said, that series could have eat. I'm looking at it, it's like, bro, it's not like the Rangers was like in threat or in it looked more bad for the Houston Astros. But I would say if you looked in that series, I mean, the Rangers starting pitching rotation really took, to me, that was the most headlining out of everything. Now, people want to say your bullpen is what sucks. Well, we knew that was going to be an issue. We knew the closer situation was going to be an issue. All that type of stuff. We knew it. Chris Martin being 38, we were like, bro, I like the veteran. I like him being the veteran and all that type stuff, but how much does he really have left in him? And, bro, you throwing 1 pitches and you're going into the dugout, going into the clubhouse. Come on, man. That's signs of trouble right there. All I know is Cody Bradford and John Gray can't come back quick enough. I'm telling you. They need it. But the starting rotation, they're going to give it to you. They're going to give it to you. And it sucked because the Rangers was up. And Jack Leiter did give up the home run, but at the same time, I mean, Wyatt Langford was this close from robbing the home run. I think what happened in game 4 was classic defense. Let me give the Astros some credit. Classic defensive case where we had runners on first and second and a ground ball hit out and they made the choice to get the runner out, Jonah Heim, out at third. That played big because all of a sudden the Rangers were able to get a hit, but they weren't able to get the bases moved farther enough. But it happens. It happens. So you're looking at the Rangers sitting third right now, a half game behind Mr. Cowboys Astros, as the Astros, I believe, won today. Who y'all beat? Y'all beat Tampa 4-3. Seattle keeps rolling as they won 5-1 against the Chicago White Sox. Matter of fact, that's the next Rangers series on the road following the New York Yankees series. So you need to try to do you something in this series. You split one, but it would be good to win this 3-game series that you'll have against the Yankees right now. It really would. It really would. Oh, this is a 4-game series. My bad, y'all. This is a 4-game series. Okay, so let me rewind that back. This is a 4-game series they're going to be in. Big ups. Yeah, so Rangers sitting at third, half game behind the Astros, 3 games behind the Seattle Mariners. So Rangers got to figure it out. They got to figure it out. It's not their pitching. They done only gave up, 165 runs this year? 165. That is the least in the No, it's the second least behind the Minnesota Twins. Ooh, actually, it's the third least. So the Royals and the Twins have gave up 160 runs this year, followed by the Rangers at 165, then the Detroit Tigers at 166. Astros at 168. So Rangers, y'all gotta make something happen, man. Y'all gotta really make something happen. This series is a 4-game series. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need it now. The Yankees don't look invincible. They're sitting at 27-19. They are pretty good still. I think they had their day off too as well. So coming off that series against the New York Mets. So this is a big series for the Rangers, a big 4-game series. And then after that, you get the Chicago White Sox. So if you can win this series, that's 3 games to 1. But I'm looking at the pitching rotation, bro. You with the pitchers you got, shit, I don't see why you can't. You got Patrick Corbin, who's gonna start. He's gonna start it off Tuesday tomorrow. You know, he got 3 wins under his belt, giving up a 3.35 ERA right now. Okay, we'll take that. And then he'll go to the end where DeGrom got his rest. He'll be on the Wednesday mound. That boy giving up a 2.29 ERA with 4 wins. Then Thursday it starts back at the Thursday he'll start back at the top of the rotation for it, and that'll be an early game Central Standard Time. They'll be playing during the work day, 11:35 game. Good Lord. Valdi 4-2 with a 1.61 ERA, so that's going that way. So you looking at it, I still take this pitcher. Look, Corbin is gonna pitch. It's not Jack Leiter. It'd be Patrick Corbin. But after that, you get DeGrom, you get Evaldi. I'll take that. No, so my bad. It is a 3-game series. I was on the wrong day. So it's a 3-game series. Patrick Corbin, Nathan Evaldi, Jacob DeGrom. We'll take it. Lineup, y'all got to do some shit. That's what it's all going to boil down to. Y'all got to do something. But their pitching staff, bro, I'm telling you, their starting rotation ain't giving up nothing. I just hate that we messed that series over against the Houston Astros. But, to go ahead and keep it, in Texas, making one of the best rivalries in the MLB, why not? Why not? What we got down here? I see Danny in the chat. What you got? Lakers on the oh, yeah. You said hell no. Bro, it ain't just the owners. It's the NBA Association. They are guilty too. Talk of the town in LA because they want LeBron out. Michael Jordan saying he's the GOAT and not LeBron. I mean, Michael Jordan is the GOAT, bro. Bah. He is the GOAT. Now, LeBron, bro, I can't. There's nothing about LeBron's career I would poo-poo on, though. Not one bit. I'm here to tell y'all right now, bro. He still wouldn't be the GOAT, but people wouldn't be bashing him as much had he not lost that finals against Dirk and the Mavs. Just keeping it real. And then how he got did up in there. Oof. That hurt. Next subject, Dallas Cowboys, yo. OTAs begin today. Getting a new look at the Cowboys and everything. You got Dak Prescott got him a new receiver toy and George Pickens. CD Lamb is out here basically speaking glowing things about having George Pickens out there. Basically how they got basically 2 dogs out there that they can do something with. We'll like to see it, but how is it going to begin? But our man Calvin Watkins from the Dallas Morning News, he did have some things to say about how the Cowboys, how they're going to get all their new pieces to fit in together. His article basically talks about where they talked to Stephen Jones more than anything. And, Stephen Jones went on and talked about how they're never done about trying to improve. They're talking about scouting. This is where their culture is talking about changing, where look, the people who do the scouting and all that type of stuff, they scout, they evaluate, let them do that constantly. Let that be their job. Don't deter them away from doing different things. Let that be their forte. And the people that want to talk, the money, the contract negotiations and the roster spots, put everybody in their place and let them focus on doing that. But on player acquisition, he said that's forever 365 days a year where it's always about doing something like that. And if they see something that makes their team better, then they'll make a move, supposedly. But Calvin Watkins saying that statement can be interpreted that the team isn't done. By in any other way, is it about seeing if there's anything out there worth getting? If the free agent market or trade options don't open up, the Cowboys will keep what's currently on the 90-man roster. The latest offseason move was adding wide receiver George Pickens via trade on offense and another offensive playmaker. Pickens is 24. He caught 59 passes for 900 yards and 3 touchdowns, averaging 16.3 yards a reception. Can his, antics be welcomed in the locker room where you didn't have a lot of choir boys and they done tried to play this more corporate like, but now you're trying to get you a good couple of dogs out there and you pair with CeeDee Lamb, which CeeDee Lamb has had his times too, but in a good way, you know what I'm saying? But before acquiring Pickens, the Cowboys attempted to trade with other teams. So they looked to try to get a wide receiver. They had a feeling, it seems like they had a feeling that the receiver that they wanted, which was Ted McMillan, they knew they wanted him, but it was a possibility he might not be there. So it looks like they was trying to make a trade. All of a sudden, you heard the rumors about Amari Cooper, about them trying to get him back into the fold, but it just seemed like it didn't materialize. Like you say, before acquiring Pickens, the Cowboys attempted to trade with other teams for a wideout, but couldn't find the compensation that they would need to give up worth it. Jones said the objective was to draft a wideout in the first round, but when one of their targeted players, Arizona's Ted McMillan, went number 8 to the Carolina Panthers, the focus shifted to the next best player at number 12. So that's how the Cowboys ended up getting Tyler Booker from Alabama. When the draft concluded, the Cowboys could have reacquired receiver Amari Cooper, who has a home in Dallas, but decided to go against that. So getting Pickens seemed to work. So you tell me, you get a younger receiver who probably has his issues. Ain't no probably. He just has his emotional issues. He just probably hasn't matured yet. Or do you go with the quiet veteran that don't give you much excitement or fire, but you're getting the route tactician from him? You know what I'm saying? What do you rather take? Calvin Watkins also writes another position of need that was linebacker, and the Cowboys added 2 running backs last offseason. That number increases to 4 this spring. Dallas signed, of course, Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams and drafted Jaden Blue and Phil Maffa from Texas and Clemson. There is no real clear starter at the position, though team officials believe Javonte Williams, can take the lead in a rotation. Of course, last season, the Cowboys tried a rotation at the beginning of the year, only to discover Rico Dowdle was the best running back at the position. And with saying that, it's not only that Rico was the best running back at that position, but I think it was the players that you had in the rotation. Zeke had no business coming back down here, bro. That's really what that was. That was the major mistake that you did in right there. Trying to bring Zeke into that fold, it messed everything up. That's my opinion. Kobe over LeBron, and I got Kobe over LeBron. Like I said, in my top 10, I got Kobe over LeBron. So I got that for real. Miss Cowboy, you right. You right. Are we going to play Joe Milton? They said they took out Dak. They said, is that true? They did give, I will say they did give Joe Milton a lot of run, a lot of look. You got to think about it. You do have to find a backup quarterback right now because let's be real, Dak gets hurt. And right now they don't. Cooper Rush, he's out the door. You're not messing with Trey Lance. You got Will Greer. Come on, man, stop it. But they have been letting Joe Milton get running. They liking what they act. They like the tools he possesses. So that's something to keep a little eye out on for sure. There's would adding another running back such as free agent Nick Chubb be fruitful? It's going to be too expensive, and I wouldn't go that route. If so, it would have been done before the Sanders and Williams pickup. At this stage, signing Chubb is extremely doubtful. He's currently recovering from a broken foot despite averaging 80.5 yards in his career. Has suffered season-ending injuries the last 2 seasons. Signing Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders made complete sense because you got 2 backs instead of 1. Now on defense is where he gets into it. Getting on defense, he say finding a starting corner opposite side of Deron Bland while Trayvon Diggs recovers from his surgery, and a nickelback were the priorities. Diggs, the talented corner, is out for an undetermined length of time for recovering the severe knee injury he had, but he's progressing good, rehabbing, doing lateral movements. Clarence Watkins reports from the Dallas Morning News. Jones said, this is Stephen Jones said, he was encouraged by the recovery of several injured players who all have the ability to start. Kalen Carson, uh, Keemon Hall, and then Siobhan Revel, which, I guess it made sense for them to go ahead and pick him up with the third pick in the NFL draft because they had their team doctors perform his surgery. So you talking about somebody that gets a great inside look on what, this player, what he could do and everything like that. But also having players available at some point during the training camp, trading for corner Kier Elam this offseason also brings competition to the position, but saying that Elam could basically start in the beginning, either opposite corner or the nickel corner. He's probably going to start opposite corner until Diggs come back. The encouraging signs from a health perspective at a corner and the acquisition of Elam paused the Cowboys' effort of trying to get another player by trade or free agency. See what happens when you're active in when you're active in the offseason moves, now you put yourself in a good situation. You really do. Taking care of the offense and defensive lines is paramount in the NFC East, considering what the teams have done on both sides. As everybody from the Eagles, Washington, and the Giants. Mozzie Smith, hold on. Cowboys signed, of course, Solomon Thomas in free agency, and they selected Tommy. I can't pronounce his last name, and then they got Jay Toa in the 7th round as part of the rotation, but Mozzie Smith, and of course, we re-signed Osel Digazua. He ended up signing back, going to be the projected starters. Booker is the upgrade he feels with Zach Martin being retired. That gives you probably the best option to go ahead and plug him there. And then your young core. Your offensive line outside of Terrence Steele is very young, and basically you're going to get him for cheap. So that works. That can work. That can work if it gels and you coach him up right, and with Clayton Adams being the offensive line coach as well. I want to see some upgrades to that. The Cowboys added 12 veteran players this offseason, with a majority of them expected to compete for starting jobs, which also means upgrades to the positions of need. Whether it works out, that'll be known until the 25 season is concluded. But Monday is a part of the process to see how it feels. So you got the rundown of how the OTAs are going to get a look at going in there. Of course, the Eagles signed Nick Sirianni to an extra deal, extending him. So I heard that the league is getting together to discuss the tush push again. That stuff is going up for debate in the league office. What else we got in the pipe? But Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, more than anything, as you starting to see him take over a little bit much more. You see him starting to talk and kind of like following his father's footsteps. Although he's kind of tongue in cheek, but I'm also hearing a lot more of Will McClay speaking, and I'm seeing more clips where beat writers are more saying what they're saying. Schottenheimer is having a lot of say in this. So is it true? Is the Jones kind of stepping back and letting the people actually do what they do? Is this true? What you got, Danny? George Pickens, I want a receiver. He is a professional. Looking at Amari Cooper sounds like a baby. He ain't professional. I want Pickens like Antonio Brown. You want that dog. Bro. Straight up. Trayvon Diggs ain't coming back. Nah, cuz no more getting hurt. Substitute him, because what's a new cornerback? Yeah, you got, like you say, what's his name? Kier, whatever his name is. Kier Elam. You got him they signed in the offseason. Can the health of Kalen Carson do? But I just think missing Al Harris, bro. I think that's gonna hurt the secondary. That's where I'm actually nervous because I think we had great development out of all our cornerbacks when Al Harris was here. To have him not around, that is gonna be missed right there. And let's see if the Cowboys secondary will suffer from it. Let's see if it will. Y'all heard Brock Purdy got paid 5-year extension, $265 million. You see everybody getting paid. They talking about thanks to Dak, thanks to Dak. I told y'all, bro, whatever Dak get paid, bro, in a year or two, he does not deserve to be the highest paid quarterback. And I agree. But damn, bro, in a year or two, his money gonna go straight to like 7th, 6th type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's really how it's gonna go. What up, little CJ? What's good, man? Did your hate watch be good for you? Unless you don't like OKC, so that ain't go right. Appreciate you for tuning in for sure, bro. Mr. Cowboy said Al Harris should have been the DC, and I agree with you. Like I said, that's where I'm nervous at. The defense, it's already the health of the linebacker situation, and then it's the health of the cornerback situation on top of that. Our safety play, you still got Malik Hooker back there. That's just some things you got to keep scratching your head, scratching your face about. It make you nervous when dudes start throwing the passes up. But, you know, if the Cowboys want to, hopefully this will be the motivation that they get to them to see the Eagles win 2 Super Bowls, bro. And not only that, y'all get to see them drop that banner on y'all ass and talk, say Dallas sucks. Dallas, that's what they're going to do. You know that's what they're going to do. Y'all ass better become ready to play September 4th. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Man, I had some stuff about the Dallas Mavericks as well. On the DLS, Jason Kidd did. He did talk about everything that's going on. To be honest, I will probably wait to play all that. I still didn't fully get to listen to all that because I was watching the Wings game. And I'm still catching up on all other active sports that's going on in the DFW right now. But I did save it from the DLLS. Make sure if you're a Dallas fan of the Stars, Mavericks, that's another, that's another channel to subscribe to. Although you got everybody that's doing content for sure. I'm trying to run everybody up in here, show y'all how we do it. But yeah, I feel you, Mr. Cowboy. Al Harris should have been the defense coordinator for sure. He said, I got the GOAT as my profile too. Hey. So you saying Kobe is the GOAT? You saying Kobe is the GOAT? That's y'all. I'm still going MJ. And I would still take Magic. Magic is, to me, the second best player of all time. Easily. And I wish I could have been there to see him in them 80s runs, them prime runs for sure. Then it said he's the GOAT for sure. But Lil CJ basically saying Kobe's the GOAT because he's the closest thing to MJ. I feel you. That's basically what Lil CJ saying. He's like, bro, closest thing you got to Jordan was Kobe. And that's facts. So, yeah, if anybody's willing to hold it up, it's him. It's him for real. Nah. He said Magic was overrated respectfully. He's saying that because his teams were loaded. But damn, bro, Kobe's teams was loaded too, bro. Hold on now. I get it, them Showtime Lakers. You got Worthy, you got Kareem, you had some players, bro. But nah, Magic was that dog, bro. It's not like he wasn't toting the mail up in there. Nah, he was in there, bro. Nah, bro. I don't know. Like I said, if you're gonna say he played with stacked teams, bro, Kobe's team was cold too, bro. Damn, showed him first 3 rings. His team was cold. Facts. Ulysses, what's up, man? What you got going on? Appreciate you for stopping by one time for the good time. 5-2. 5-2 in the finals is what you're saying? And what was Kobe's? Kobe wasn't 5-2 in the finals. I think Magic had like a LeBron run more than anything. Man, I think he was like 5 of what? He went to like what, 10 finals? I think every year in the 80s, damn near, he went. But I fucks with Kobe. Like, I always say, I'm glad I gave that dude his flowers before he passed. Like, for real. Is Tyler Guyton gonna move to right tackle? Negative, Ghost Rider. He is not gonna move to right tackle. Not as long as they're gonna believe in Steele. And I think Clay Adams actually is taking a liking into Terrence Steele, and he feels that he can. I don't want to say resurrect Terrence Steele, but get him back to where we was like, Terrence Steele might be all right. You know what I'm saying? Before whatever happened to him. But Tyler Guyton is going to stay he's going to stay where he's at, left tackle right now. I feel you. Bro, Magic was that guy for real. You heard Kyrie's song? I haven't heard it yet. I haven't heard it. I have not heard it. Hold on. Kobe he lost 2 finals. He lost to the Celtics. He lost to the Pistons. He had the first 3-peat. Then they beat Orlando and then came back and beat. Yeah. But he did get swept, though, didn't he? He did get swept in the playoffs, though, didn't he? I remember it vividly myself. You know what I'm saying? I remember it vividly. Hey, player, I know you ain't never been swept in a series, but come here. Come here, real quick. Oh, man. It's all good, though. But, to each his own. Like I said, 5-2. Of course, Jordan is 6-0, so that don't even count. Tim Duncan, to me, like I said, I had wherever I got Kobe Bryant, I got Tim Duncan because Tim Duncan actually had a better winning finals percentage than Kobe. I think he was what? I think he was 5-1. He lost 1 finals bout. And that was on some luck stuff on a Ray Allen 3-point shot. You know what I'm saying? That basically helped the Heat beat San Antonio. Like, bro, Tim Duncan can easily be sitting on 6 rings. He could easily be 6-0. That's facts. That's facts. So, like I said, as much as I fucks with Kobe, I'm like, bro, you had somebody in your other time that was just as good as you and lost less finals than you. I'm just saying, you're gonna say Kobe is 5-2. Tim Duncan is actually 5-1 in finals, I believe. Yeah. What we got? People be hating on Kobe lately. I've seen he's not even. I got him top 10, but like I said, wherever I have him, I got Tim Duncan right next to him. Some can say Tim Duncan, you know what I'm saying? Hey, both of them had great teams, but I just know for a fact, I don't even think Tim Duncan saw a losing season as a San Antonio Spur. I don't think he ever saw a losing season. And then, like I said, I think he went 5-1 in the finals, and he could have easily went 6-0 had Ray Allen not hit that shot. Like, for real. Just saying. I'm just saying. Those are it's in the record books. You know what I'm saying? It's in the record books. That's all. It's all. Everybody got swept. Not everybody blew a 3-1 lead. Jordan did get swept. You right. Jordan got swept. I don't think I ever remember Magic getting swept. I don't remember that. I thought they won one game against Chicago, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. He lost to the Pistons. He lost to the Celtics. You're right. But I'm just saying, bro. He says Shaq got swept 6 times. Tis true. Tis true. But damn it, him and Kobe was ridiculous. He said, I'm not mad at Timmy D. Dude was ridiculous. He's supposed, like I said, bro, I literally got them to wherever, me personally, wherever I got Kobe or wherever I got Tim Duncan in my top 10, they are literally right next to each other. Like, for real. Because me growing up, watching basketball, that's why I respect Dirk's ring got so much weight for me. It's like, bro, he literally had to try to squeeze in when he could, bro, because it was really Tim Duncan and Kobe's Western Conference. Between them two, that's 10 rings. And I mean, bro, he could literally be 6-0. He could have a KC to go. Real talk. Real talk. I got Kobe number 2 and Tim Duncan number 5 all time. See? Kobe number 2, that's woo. Yeah, if he a spitting image like Jordan, you saying. Like I said, my top 10, y'all done heard me say it. MJ, number 2, Magic. Number 3, Bill Russell. Number 4, Kareem. Number 5, I got Kobe. 6, I got Tim Duncan. 7, I got LeBron James. 8, I got Shaq. 9, I got Larry Bird. 10 was a hard one for me, but I put Wilt Chamberlain in over Kareem Olajuwon. It was hard for me to keep him up out of there, too. Like, Hakeem, boy. Bro, I'm still trying to figure out, well, could I move? Like, who can I move out of there? And sooner or later, Steph probably got to have that talk up in there. You know what I'm saying? Top 15. Maybe if I extended it, went to 11, I'd probably go Hakeem. I'd probably go Steph. Who else would you go after that? There's so, bro, like, come on, bro. I would like to put a lot of the old legends before me, but if I had to start filling in from my time, like I said, for me, it'd be a lot of bigs in there, dog. It'd be a lot of bigs in there. He said he never seen Mike play live. I feel you, bro. This is where that's where it goes. You know what I'm saying? If you get to see it with your own eyes, that's the only way you can explain it. Hot take, I think Kyrie is better than CP3. Man, that ain't even close. Respect to Chris Paul's career, but I've always had something against his dirty nut hitting ass. Low blow nut hitting ass. I've always had an issue with that. From his days all the way back at Wake Forest. Yeah, I'm that old. I remember that shit. Started with Julius Hodges in the NC State rivalry game. Yeah. So who are your little CJ? Who is your top point guards then? Who is your top point guards? As we can just ramble about all Dallas sports right now. Number 1 for me, you're gonna say he's overrated, but I got Magic Johnson. Then I got old boy out of Utah, John Stockton. After that, I want to say Jason Kidd, but it'd be foolish to not put Isaiah Thomas in there. Isaiah Thomas, I mean, he was like a combo guard, really. You know what I'm saying? He had Joe Dumars that actually, but I don't know. As pure point guard, I guess. I don't know. But Jason Kidd, damn sure got him up there. For sure. I do got my number one. Mike number one, though. Yeah. I dream I grew and dream I move like Mike. If I could be like Mike. You got Magic, Steph, J. Kidd, and Stockton. Ooh. Is it that order? Magic number one, Steph number two, Kidd number three, and Stockton number four. Stockton never won a ring. Is that why you're holding him against? Bro, he did lose twice against the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? He did drop 2 against the GOAT. I mean, and then after that, what's fucked up for Utah and Karl Malone and John Stockton, they played the Bulls tough, but they couldn't get past the Bulls. And then you want to know what happened to them after that? Here comes Shaq and Kobe with the damn Lakers. And you want to know what else happened to them after that? Here come Tim Duncan to the San Antonio Spurs. You want to know what happened to them after that? Here come Dirk Nowitzki to the Dallas Mavericks. Like, damn, fam. And then after that, Yao Ming came to Houston and, bruh, it was over for Utah. So, yeah. Isaiah Thomas. And like I said, bro, a lot of people sleep on Zeke, bro. And I guess it's because of the Pistons, mentality of how they played basketball and all that type stuff. A lot of people say he's the reason why they didn't shake Jordan's hand and all that stuff. Whatever. But motherfucker was a dog out there. Bruh, people didn't like Isaiah Thomas just because he was the leader of the team. But Bill Laimbeer was the most person you could not stand, bro. Fuck him. Zeke just played, bro. But he didn't mind to get dirty. That's all that was. I don't fault him not one bit. Yeah, I think Magic is a better point guard than Steph. Steph only got like 5,000 assists at 37 years old. But that boy shoot the shit out that three, though. And he got 4 rings to tell it. Zeke, top 5 handles of all time. Talk about it. And like I said, his argument does ring loud because, like you say, bro, he handled the Bulls 2 straight years in a row. He handled the Celtics. He handled the Lakers in that 80s run, bro. That says something. It really does. It really does. Like I said, Cowboys OTAs, though. The main thing that you're going for, you're just looking at how do the running back pieces work for the Cowboys? How is that actually going to work? It's something that you're going to look at right there. What else? Linebacker spot. What are they going to do at linebacker spot, bro? I don't know. You know who I love too? Pistol Pete. Talk about it. What? You really going old school. Right there. 2 Cats, what's good? Appreciate you for chiming in. What you said, since 04-05, the Maple Leaf has won 2 playoff series. Since then, the Buffalo Sabres, who have missed the playoffs in 14 years, have won 4 playoff series in that time span. Oh, you got to go Leafs. It be like that. Appreciate you for tuning in and dropping the nuggets on that one. Some hockey nuggets right there. Yeah, now the floor is just open to go ahead and just talk some sports. Whatever y'all want to do in the chat. I got about another extra 5 minutes. Let's we chop it up either way. But Lil CJ, I like the conversation we rolling with. Basically, talking about top point guards, man. A lot of people sleep on Zeke, bro. Like, real talk. And that's just because a lot of people try to erase they play of basketball. That's what a lot of people try to do. So I feel like Jerry West is the most underrated basketball superstar ever. Rest in peace to the logo. I had a conversation about that too. A person was like, how do you not have the logo in my top 10? I'm like, damn, bro, because everybody I listed in my top 10 go hard. You know what I'm saying? Everyone in my top 10 go hard. That's all I can say. Go. Are you gonna be tuning in? I'm pretty sure you're probably gonna be tuning in to all the NHL conference finals. Like I said, I want to watch the Eastern Conference Finals just to see what my man Logan Stake Hogan is doing over there with the Hurricanes for sure. I'm wishing him nothing but the best. What happens if it's Carolina and the Dallas Stars in there? Miko Rannon playing against the Carolina team and Logan Stankoven playing against Dallas Stars. Oh, they have perfect cinema. But you right. Go mother and Stars. You right. Let's do it. Let's do it. I don't see how people say Dame is better than Kyrie. Because a lot of people at one point in the time didn't like Kyrie. Or don't. They might still not like him, but I think this Dallas Mavericks version has really this version of Kyrie Irving has really warmed back up to some people. They hey, he go about it the right way, and his basketball competitiveness is very refreshing and old school. You saw how he was at the All-Star game. You saw how, remember when his first game against Luka in LA, you saw what he was about. He wasn't out there trying to hot dog and clown. He went right at Luka. He went right at LeBron. He did. That's refreshing. And I think that's he's kind of winning back over some people like that. You know what I'm saying? He nice and all, but he got exposed against Halliburton. Imagine Halliburton talking about Kyrie. Kyrie beat him, flushed him. It was just about getting them Boston, whatever. I ain't going to call them demons, but just to get that vibe up off of him. That bad energy up off him, man. That's what it was all about, and that's what he needed. But I'm looking forward to Wednesday. Wednesday, like I said, it'll be a full DFW Sports Day because you'll have Game 2, Yankees-Rangers. You'll have Stars, Game 1 with the Oilers. I'm looking forward to this rematch. I went to the Western Conference Finals game last year. That's where one of them towels is. We went and got another one, but I'm pretty sure they'll have a different Western Conference one. So trying to see how I'm going to put my chips to it, but the tickets look, my man, Mr. Cowboy, told me about the app to get, which I got to find it in my damn download shit. I got so much shit that he didn't. But that Affirm Pay, I ain't forgot about you. I ain't forgot about it. But looking at the average tickets right now, shit, Wednesday might actually be your better chance. Shoot, they ain't that expensive. Well, for Western Conference Finals, they ain't that expensive. Now, this is sitting all the way at the top. That's what I mean by not expensive, sitting all the way at the top. Yeah, it won't be no 100, no 200 level. Bro, them tickets at the top is about $200. Facts. Friday game gonna be, ooh, Lord. What? Friday game might be better. So I'm gonna try to go ahead and get my ticket for Friday's game. Facts. We're gonna get this ticket for Friday's game. But like you say, Affirm Pay, just pay attention and you'll see what happened. But I'm looking forward to getting to some of these games. I think he left because of LeBron. Who you talking about, Kyrie? Everybody leave because of LeBron. That's what they say. D-Wade became underrated too. Ain't no way people think Harden is better. I got a personal vendetta with D-Wade. Me being a Maverick fan, I ain't even gonna hide it. It's not his fault the refs rigged the game. I get it. I done matured to that point where we realize the NBA rigged that. For that, y'all owe us another number 1 pick because you screwed Dirk out of a trophy. He should have 2 rings. Mr. Cowboy over there talking about he got 2 Astro. Dirk should be sitting on 2 rings. That's me. That's how I feel about it. For real. But like I said, man, it's been a fun night. Like I said, we talked about the Dallas Wings. I finally got to be able to put my eyes on Paige Beckers. She's gonna be nice once she figure out the speed of the NBA or WNBA. Once she really figures out her teammates and when she can pick and choose to do something, bro, she gonna be nice. And it's just about her and Arike Ogunbowale establishing that rapport. That's all it's got to be. Arike, look, I know you're bringing Paige, and you're easing this in, but don't hesitate. Just because she might be taking out. She's a new shiny thing that all the attention is on her. Girl, just keep doing your game, because I promise you, I love Arika. I love Arike. You know what I'm saying? She play hard, and she's been your main catalyst scoring. So it's just about putting it together, not having those lapses on defense and scoring droughts, and y'all gonna be all right. Just get a little bit more contribution. This was a game that clearly, if Arike Ogunbowale has halfway of a better game, they win this game instead of being 0 for 2 in the season. But they get another crack at the Minnesota Link coming Wednesday. What else we got? Claps, what's good? I've been seeing you down there. What's good? Feel bad for Paige, not gonna lie. Oh, you saying because she's with a poverty franchise in the Dallas Wings, she's about to suffer? Nah. Then you saw the blast of the past from Skylar Diggins up in there that basically put it to the Wings, but she's gonna be right. The Wings actually got size. They just ain't fast enough with their size, and I don't think they know how to use their size right now. Tierra McCown, man, she got the size. It's just the athleticism ain't fully to there. Her lateral movement ain't as good as well. So something that they got to figure out with. They got her coming off the bench. They went and got more of an agile forward center combo. See how that's gonna go. I didn't mean to call Magic overrated. I take that back. I was about to say, bro. I'm like, hold on, bro. Hold on now. I was like, wow, bro. You went Skip Bayless. I don't even think Skip Bayless would say some stuff like that. Like, what? Magic overrated? Ouch. Yeah. I don't know about that. You talking to a dude who played 1 through 5. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I don't know. I've always said LeBron was more Magic than anything, just with the steroids. He had more God-given hoop ability. And Magic was just on pure will, skill, and brain smarts. But that dude was clearly out there just having fun, bro. Like, it meant a lot to him, though. Don't get it wrong. But when he played out there, it looked fun as fuck. For real. Magic is starting to. I rest the case. Bro, Magic used to toss that boy from so many spots. Hold on. Wait a minute. That's why I said, bro, not only did he play 1 through 5 and he could orchestrate the bro, he was like a leader amongst men, bro. Like, all them Hall of Famers he played with, bro, they still follow Magic. That 92 Dream Team, yeah, Michael was the guy coming into his own, and he was that dude, but don't get it twisted. Magic was the key into their back. He put the battery in all they back to make sure that they held it down. So Magic got that straight dog in him, straight up. You know, I thought Vince Carter dude was cheating on Vince. That's my wife's like favorite player next to Allen Iverson. Vince Carter, bruh. Them New Jersey Nets were cold enough to win a title. They just couldn't get past Shaq and Kobe. You know, Kenyon Martin, who they have, like Kerry Kittles, Jason Kidd, Vince Carter. Bruh, they were loaded. They had a squad. They just couldn't get past them Shaq and Kobe Lakers, bro. They couldn't get past them, and then they couldn't get past. I forgot they lost one to the Spurs, too. Yeah. They lost one to Tim Duncan's. You look at it, Jason Kidd could be sitting on he could be sitting on more than one rings if it wasn't for Shaq and Kobe and if it wasn't for Tim Duncan. He could be sitting on more rings. So, I love that era. For sure. Wouldn't trade that era for nothing. That era went 5. 13 seconds like Tracy Yeah. Wasn't there that long, but the boy he could have been, man. But him and Yao Ming was something terrible in Houston too, bro. Like, real talk. They had squad in Houston too. You know, Skip to my Lou ended up playing for them for a little bit as well. They had their run with Stephon Marbury over there. Bruh, that era of basketball, I'm telling you. It was something different. And then the young Memphis teams, with young Zach Randolph, bro. Zach Randolph was very underrated. He really didn't get as much props as he should, but he was very underrated. Oh, Zebo. That boy was beasting. Who else we got up in there? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's much more other folk. I'm pretty sure it's much more other folk. Man, it's about 11 o'clock, man. We done really wrapped it up and did a lot of talking, man. I want to appreciate everybody who joined the chat for me this day. Or should we go ahead and do something? Tomorrow I'm thinking, who's your top 10 handles of all time? Top 10? I mean, I could give you probably 4 off my head right now. Like 4 off the muscle. I could give you Kyrie. I could give you Allen Iverson. I will give you Jason Williams. Yes, white chocolate. Give me Jason Williams. I know I'm missing like a good couple. I mean, Steph is sick with it. He said Stephon Marbury was good. Like I said, I could give you 4 off the head. The other, I would probably have to think. Top five. Let's see if I gotta throw one more in there. Who I got? I said Allen Iverson. I got Steph Curry in there. Allen Iverson, Steph Curry, Jason Williams. Who's my 4? I wouldn't put Tim Hardaway Jr. in there. Isaiah Thomas got to be in there, bro. And then number 5, Jason Kidd really didn't have handles. He just had the passing. He was sick with it with the passing. Number 5, give me. Who used to kill for me? Damn, I can't even think of his name. I think Kyrie was spanked AI 1-on-1. Nah, bro. I don't think so. I don't think. Yes, Kyrie can shoot better than Allen Iverson, but you want to talk about a dog. He literally beat the Lakers by himself. He talking about top 10 in handles. Who got the top 10 in basketball handles? I don't know about that, bro. I remember watching Jason Williams at schools was so hype. I ain't seen anything like him. And bro, like I said, that white chocolate ball, that motherfucker was cold. I mean, Bibby came in and filled in the role after him a little bit. Mike Bibby was all right. But Jason Williams, good Lord have mercy. Now, we all knew Skip to My Lou had some of the best handles. He was a part of A&1, but he had to get corporate and join. But, I mean, Stevie Francis or Stephon Marbury. Stephon Marbury was sick with it, bro. He really was. Baron Davis, very underrated handles and game, bro. Like, Baron Davis, he's the reason I don't like Golden State. He's the reason I don't like Harden, because I don't like Harden's game with the whole herky jerk, but his beard reminded me everything of Baron Davis, bro. Like, for real. And I think that's what made it more annoying with me for him. For real. Oh, Danny taking Allen Iverson. I like I said, I'm right there with you. He literally made me watch the Kings. Jason Williams, I'm telling you. That, like I said, John Stockton was a great point guard, but Jason Williams would, bro, he make you really tape your ankles up. Ray Allen was probably more of a, I mean, Milwaukee Ray Allen, when he had to do everything, yeah, he could handle that thing. But like I said, give me Iverson, give me Kyrie, give me Steph, give me Stephon Marbury, give me Steve Francis. Shit, what you mean? I mean, Isaiah Thomas could be put on there as an OG as the way he played. But as just sick with it like that, as at handles like that, I'd have to put them in it because Steve Francis will put your ass in a blender too, along with Steph Marbury. For real, for real. Young Clyde Drexler wasn't nothing to mess with neither. He wasn't. I'm trying to think of another guard in the 90s that used to be fire because I'm thinking of all the ones in my time that I watched growing up. And we're talking like strictly just handles. They started becoming shooting guards. That was the problem. White Chocolate did an elbow pass. Like, bro, he was really like, to me, he did and one actually in the NBA, bro. Like, to me, Jason Williams was doing what he was doing, and all of a sudden the and one took off. I think they were always around, but he took off. Like, for real. Ray for Austin skipped to my loop. That's why I was like, I remember him, but he kept it more corporate, but we knew he had the handles. But like I said, Steve Francis, Stephon Marbury, yeah, them two were cold. Dame is cold with it, but he ain't better than Kyrie. I will say that. He ain't better than Kyrie. Boy, I miss Sean Kemp. Man, y'all, let me go ahead and get up off this live, man. It's 11 o'clock. We got work to do in the morning, man. It's going to be a tough one, man. But like I said, I had fun chatting with y'all about all DFW sports. And then I like this end part where we can just ramble about sports however we go. So, Gary Payton, I see you about Gary Payton. That boy had good defense. Yeah, of course, Derrick Rose was nice with it. What about John Wall? You know what I'm saying? What about John Wall? John Wall had some sick-ass handles too. For real. But, yeah, man, I want to appreciate everybody for joining in the chat, keeping it popping, man. Like I said, this was a great session to have with y'all. Like I said, I got some things off my chest about the Rangers, Cowboys. I should have did something about the Mavericks, but like I said, we'll probably do a little bit something about them on tomorrow. I'll get my reaction to Jason Kidd when he jumped on DLLS Mavericks today. I'll get my reaction to what he done said basically coming since the season done ended. Talk about that after we talk Rangers post-game, and we'll dive a little bit more into game one of the Stars and the Oilers going in there. And if anything else pop up, that's major news. Y'all know we'll talk about it. So, man, hey, appreciate everybody for joining in the chat, man. We're going to keep it going, man. We're trying to keep this consistent. We'll always have something to talk about. I look forward to tuning in with y'all about around 9:30 tomorrow. We'll go post-game on the Rangers. They'll be the only DFW team in action. They'll have it all to themselves, but I'm pretty sure we'll have some more other things to talk about. So it'll be a Rangers post-game thoughts going on, but at the same time, we'll keep it going, keep it rocking. For all the people who's catching this on the playback, hit the like button, go ahead and drop a comment. And if you're on X, formerly known as Twitter, go ahead and give your boy a follow one time at Drewski Selfmade. I do follow back at all times. So, hey, man, it's going to be fun. I'll catch y'all on the rebound, man. Until then, y'all know my slogan, man. Do everything with love because love always wins. That's the law.
Self-made independent, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy and know that keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a reflexive, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made not a title cause it's my identity, and wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in a symphony. That keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency, and ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.